Let the roots go down. Yes, that is so perfect because our theme for January is rooted and living. Rooted and living. So joyful Sunday, everyone. I am Rev. Melissa. I'm the spiritual leader at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. And it is always so wonderful to be together. At Rockland CSL, our theme for 2025 is Rooted in Oneness, Living as Principle. And the reading that Alyssa did is from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, which is one of our companion books for the year. So thank you, Alyssa, for the reading. Thank you, Chris, for holding us in such beautiful consciousness. Thank you, Carl, and everyone who is here with us today. So at Centers for Spiritual Living, the organization, there's a tradition that happens every New Year's where most of the centers across the world study the first 4 chapters in the Science of Mind magazine, the Science of Mind textbook by Ernest Holmes. So we've been on that journey all this month, and today we're up to chapter 3. So if you want to catch up on the first 2 chapters, you can go to our YouTube channel, Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, and you can see the talk on those 2 chapters there. So the message today is What It Does, which is the title of chapter 3 in the Science of Mind textbook. What it does. What it does is it flows. And the it is a capital I and a capital T. You could call it whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter at all. So guess what it flows through? Guess where it flows? Guess. Through us. Yes. Yes, it flows through us. We are the outlet for divine mind. We are the outlet for the activity of life in and through us. We are. Let's take a breath. So we are the channel through which the creative action of infinite intelligence flows. It flows to us to the degree in which we allow it to flow. You get that? To the degree in which we allow it to flow. So last Sunday, we talked about receptivity. The degree of the flow of the infinite intelligence is our state of conscious recognition and receptivity. And so I shared this it's called a Habermas sphere. So I shared this last week as a prompt to receptivity. Receptivity looks like this. Being unreceptive looks like this. Being open, being closed. Being unforgiving, forgiving. Flowing, stuck. So we decide the degree. We decide the degree. No one else. This is what we get to do. Yes? So Ernest Holmes puts it this way. He said, in expressing itself through us, it becomes more fully conscious of its own being. As it passes into our being, it automatically becomes the law of our lives. It can pass into expression through us only as we consciously allow it to do so. Consciously, unconsciously, intelligently, unintelligently. So where are you in the sphere of life? Where are you? Some of us are like this. Right. Are you available to the flow of life? Yes, someone said yes. Yes. We get to choose to be available to the flow of life. Each of us are individualized expressions of life itself. Just as each tree that we see is an expression of life itself. Just as the roots are an expression of life itself, all connected in the oneness of life itself. The question is, how are you flowing? How are we showing up? How receptive are we? What causes us to close and shut down? What causes us to open up and breathe again? We do. We do. There's not many things in life that we can control, but this we can. This we can. No matter what, we can choose to love. This is what love looks like. It flows. It's open. It's giving and it is receiving. Ernest wrote this in The Science of Mind. There is no doubt about the immutability and the availability of the law. The law is infinite. It is right where we happen to be at any time. It occupies all space and fills every form with the individualization of itself. The law also always flows through us because it flows through everything. And since we exist, it must be in and through us. This is the crux of the matter. Infinite and immutable as the law is, ever present and available as it must be, the potential possibility of all human probability, it must flow through us in order to manifest for us. What it does, it flows. That's what it does. So my question, what is it that you desire to have flow through you? What is it that you desire to have flow through you? In other words, what direction are you giving the law? What direction, if any, are we giving the law? Because we get to decide what gets manifested through us, through our consciousness. So the law does what it does through divine right action. So because of this, we need to be clear. We need to be clear about what it does. What does it do? Flows. I don't think you're clear. We must know the thing itself is individualized as us. We must know this. We must know the way it works is through us. We must know what it does. It flows through and through and through us. So this is not something we have to hope for. It's not something we have to wish for. It is what it does. So this is what we get to know as the truth of our lives, that we co-create with love and law. As it was spoken in the reading by Alyssa, love is the essence of our being. We get to co-create through love and law. So Ernest says this, hope is good. Hope is good. It is better than despair, but it is a subtle illusion and it is an unconscious compromise. There must be no compromise with consciousness. We get to know it. We don't have to hope for it. We get to know it. So let us stop compromising our lives based on external factors, based on what had happened, based on what had happened to someone else, based on the opinions of other people, family, friends, whomever. Let us stop compromising our lives on not wanting to feel uncomfortable, not knowing what is going to happen. Let us stop compromising our lives on the unknown and on the uncertainty. Let us stop compromising our lives based on who is in the White House. Let us stop compromising on love. We get to decide. We get to decide. We are the individualized expressions of love itself. Someone name a greater power in the world, in the universe, than love. There is none. So we get to decide that love flows through us. And guess what? This magnificent world that we live in gives us so much practice to consciously choose to show up like this. But many of us show up like this based on external factors that we have no control over. So what we need is love. And love ain't a sucker. Love is powerful. So in closing, I want to share these words by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. As many of you know, tomorrow is the day that we observe his birthday. His birthday was January 15th. And tomorrow is also Inauguration Day. So this is an excerpt from his book, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community? And this is what he said. I have decided to love. If you are seeking the highest good, I think you can find it through love. And the beautiful thing is that we aren't moving wrong when we do it, because John was right. God is love. He who hates does not know God, but he who loves has the key that unlocks the door to the meaning of ultimate reality. Ultimate reality is the reality of love. So I want to anchor this with a brief spiritual mind treatment meditation exercise. And so I invite you all to get comfortable in your chairs. Just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And let us root ourselves. Let the roots go down. And take a breath. Let the roots go down and let our consciousness go up into love consciousness. And let us just breathe. And let us bring to our physical body the vibration of love. Breathe it in. Let it radiate beyond the top of your head, beyond the soles of your feet. And breathe. And so I asked this question in the talk: what is it that you desire to have flow through you? What is it that you desire to have flow through you? Bring that into your consciousness now. Feel the vibration of it. It's already who you are. Peace, joy, love, whatever it is, be it. Don't hope for it, be it. Know it. And take a breath. And so I am knowing right here and right now that we are one with the one mind, the one love, the one source of the givingness of good. This love permeates and penetrates and fills the interspaces of the universe. And we are unified in this oneness of it, this presence that is always present. I recognize and declare that which we desire in the collective consciousness of love and oneness is now flowing through and as us right here and right now. It is who we are. Each of us gets to be the representation of what we desire from this fortress of knowing that it is ever expanding, ever evolving, and ever flowing into the greater and greater good. No matter what, no matter where, no matter who. Where we go from here is to the mountaintop. And from this place of love consciousness, we stand as it. We stand as love itself. And so it is. Amen. Peace and blessings, everyone.